What's up? Welcome back, everybody, to the Boardman Gets Paid podcast. I'm your host, Andre Lindo. With me, you know it, regular shells, regular. How
It's
you
me.
been? How you living?
Yeah, man. Working hard, being a dad, being a husband, a worker. Life, man. Life is, giving me the Mortal Kombat fatality, but I'm still here, man. Still here.
Fatality.
Still here. They can't kill me. I'm still here.
Yeah. I know how it is. I know. Well, I don't actually know how it is. I'm
Give
still.
me the Mortal
I'm.
Kombat combo.
But I've been getting those. I've been getting those things where just you come home and you just want to sleep.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. You know what?
Yeah.
I think this is what really, and not to discredit anyone, but this is what seasonal depression looks like. You just want to come home and sleep. And
Well, I
not
start
not
taking vitamin D.
yeah. Pause. Hey, yo, whoa, that's
No,
crazy.
that's not a pause. Vitamin D3. It is
No,
necessary.
I know, but I take it too. But I'm not saying that a lot. There's a song. There's a song. That's why I just said, yo, you gotta chill. The very
Oh man, but
Jamaican song out there. But
yeah.
yeah, the people.
I just saw this video of this Jamaican guy about to get robbed, and the guy goes, "Give me it," and he's like, "Excuse you," and it ended up turning around that he robbed him because Anyways,
Listen, Jamaicans don't play about that homosexuality, bro.
Jamaican's crazy.
Do not.
But today, two things. Well, one thing.
Yeah,
We are going to talk about the NBA trades. The trades.
the greatest season of TV by
Crazy,
far.
crazy trade. But we're gonna only talk. I think we should talk about. Let's talk about the Raptors first.
Yeah,
We get
let's do it.
some time. We'll do the crazy trade, but let's go for the main trade first.
Yeah,
Let's
big
talk about it. The big one, because I've been wanting to talk about it for so long.
for sure.
Luka the Don
Yes,
was traded. Oh, it doesn't even say here. Hold on. Was
man.
traded out of nowhere.
Hit that drop, man. Hit that drop. You gotta hit that drop.
Oh. I don't understand what happened. How did this man think? Let me wake up tomorrow and let's just throw
Literally,
Dallas into like some kind of foolishness.
man. I think I don't. And listen, nobody in any NBA circle or NBA insider or even like entourage or staff member, nobody knew about this. This was literally like two boys hooking up, calling each other, who happen to be GMs or
Yeah.
presidents of the team, and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you my guy for your guy,
Okay.
and we're gonna trade him." It doesn't make sense, and we're gonna get more in depth into it, but there's just a lot that doesn't make sense here.
Let me ask you this question. As you know, we are not professionals. We are not.
Not
We
at
are
all.
just
No.
fans.
Yes.
Okay. So from what we heard is that someone was just tired of Luka and
Right.
his defense, right?
Right.
So, but they wanted to target Anthony Davis. So,
Sure.
Sheldon, you have Anthony Davis. No, you have Luka,
Okay.
and I have Anthony Davis.
Right.
Let's just come from the thought process of you want Anthony Davis. You call me up.
Yeah.
What do you say to me?
I'm gonna say, hey, what's it gonna take to get Anthony Davis
What?
to?
That's bro. Bro,
That's it.
no, it's. I mean, come on, bro.
Let me
No,
hear.
no.
Let me hear what the Lakers have to offer.
What do you
Before
want?
I offer my generational, in his prime, 25-year-old superstar, all
Bro,
NBA,
I
great.
can't.
It doesn't make sense.
I can't, bro. Like,
all.
no, hold on. Let me. Okay,
At
let me
all.
say this. Guys, if you are a basketball fan, even if you're like you know negotiations,
Yeah. Simple.
the
Yeah.
first thing you do is inquire about the player. You
Yeah.
do not offer your best target. And hey, if you want to tell me it's not true, that's what the reports are.
Yeah.
Man said, hey, I got Luka. You want him? What can we do? I want thing. Who does that?
So we live in Canada, right? And I know this is beyond our time, but if you remember the Wayne Gretzky trade,
Yes.
that was at the time the most ridiculous, lopsided egregious trade. Like you had this kid wonder, greatest hockey player already at the time, greatest hockey player in his prime, right? I'm
I don't
talking
get it.
blonde hair, flowing hair. He was
He's got
young,
the
yeah,
hot. Yeah, I
the
don't get it.
hockey hair. He was young in his prime, and the Edmonton Oilers decided, hey, we're gonna trade this guy. Like this is the only comparable I could think about. And to this day, that is the worst
I
trade
cannot.
in
I
sports.
I don't. I think there was a reason why they wanted to. They wanted to grow the game
Something like that. Yeah, something
in the
like that.
southern states.
Yeah, something like
But
that.
still,
You know what? I think he just came off like three straight Stanley Cups, something like that. Something
I,
crazy,
I
right?
don't get it.
I,
So you come to me and you say, "Hey, what do you want
yeah,
for Anthony Davis?"
yeah. What can I?
And then you work it.
That's it.
Don't go. Hey, I got Luka. I want to trade.
Or
I got to get rid of this guy
or
because he's
or
fat.
you start the framework and say, hey, I know you guys are looking for a center. I got two, and I got some picks or whatever the case is. I got a young player here, what can we work out to get Anthony Davis over here? Like we want Anthony Davis to like something like that. You know what I mean? You don't
I just
you don't go out the gate and say my superstar is over here and we're frustrated with his weight. The dude averaged 30 points a game, almost 7 assists, almost 7 rebounds. He's hitting game winners every other day. He carried you on his back. And mind you, if he's done all of this overweight, I don't want to see him in shape, bro. I don't
bro,
want to
like
see him in shape. If he's doing this out of shape,
he
I don't want
took
to see
it
what
to a
Luca looks like in.
finals. He took it to a finals. He was 2 games away. I don't I it
He
just
literally he literally single handedly sent Paul George to Philadelphia. He
and I
broke
mean
that Clippers team up
and
multiple
guess what happened today, yo? Guess what happened today?
times. What?
Anthony Davis got injured.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that.
That's-
I saw that.
I mean, street clothes. Everyone on Twitter, everyone has been like, yo, this rhetoric about Anthony Davis not being able to play.
Yeah,
It's
right.
bull. It's bull. Yo,
Listen,
he's played 65 games. Da, 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 and I'm sitting there like, yo, in those games, he's getting
yeah,
injured in games and not
yes,
being available. What do
yes,
you guys? I mean, he's the most like. If
Mr.
you think
Glass,
of
man.
injuries,
Yeah,
there's two players you think of:
yeah,
Kawhi Leonard
yeah.
and Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Yep. The only thing is Kawhi Leonard has 2 Finals MVPs and one of
Two.
the most historic playoff runs of all time. Right? Like you have to look at it this way, right? I was watching the highlight of they're hyping it up. Oh, AD's first quarter is amazing. He's got 14 and 7 or whatever it was.
At
And
24
then
points.
literally the next slide was Anthony Davis injures himself on a non-contact injury. I just threw my phone. I'm like, all right, man, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't know what else to say about this because it doesn't make sense why you
Mm.
as a franchise he's 25, Sheldon, the next 10 years. So, but this is what happens when you don't give the full story and
Yeah,
conspiracies happen. So here's
yeah.
a conspiracy
You
theory.
leave it to the internet to make up their own stories, and
But
there
this
has been
has
a
been
few.
compelling. This has been compelling. So
Oh yeah,
first off, the management that won
yeah,
not the management that took over and bought 73% stake in the Mavericks, their casino money, betting. It always goes back to betting, bro. It always goes back to betting. So they have the money, right? They're
Mhm.
they want a casino in Dallas.
Yes, I heard this one.
So they go to the management to the Dallas City Dallas, and they're like they want it, and it gets rejected.
Right.
So the conspiracy is that in order if they don't get it, they're threatening to move the team to Vegas.
Yes. Yes.
That is one of the most ridiculous things, right? So
Listen, I always say like the NBA is a business and it is a very lucrative business. What I mean by that is money talks over there,
yeah, yeah,
and the teams with the most money or the most capital or power usually end up on top. The teams with the most cachet, not cash but cachet and cash usually end up on top. And Dallas for a long time has been one of the most profitable franchises in the NBA, right? Whether they're a successful team or not, they happen to actually transition perfectly from the Dirk Nowitzki era into the
yeah.
Luka era. and we thought it would have been the next 15 years, excuse me,
Yeah,
of Luka, doing this thing, and they got Kyrie now, and we're like, okay, they're building on whatever this is, right? They
yeah.
got two bigs, they got a nice young player, and
I thought
sorry,
the team
and
was
Lively,
actually really good. They just
they
needed
are
a
good, they are good, they are
they,
good, and I'm
they just
talking
needed a wing.
pre-trade. But when I heard this theory, I was like, okay, it makes sense, but it still
Oh,
doesn't make sense to trade Luka.
yes. You meant you so it's like they're trying to hurt the city. $300 million.
It's
Okay,
crazy.
yes, you gotta give him a super max of 353. Are you
Mhm.
serious, bro? Do you understand the caliber of player that you traded? Yes, you
Bro,
got Anthony Davis back,
yeah,
but like
mhm,
he's 5 years older
yeah,
and he's like probably the 10th best
injury
player in the league
prone, yeah, yeah, yeah,
and he has the same kind of exact same kind of reputation of
yeah,
not being able to play,
right, right,
soft, all these different things,
right.
and then you go and trade him.
Mhm.
I don't know, I don't know, and they're
I
saying
mean,
he's an alcoholic. As like,
I heard all
oh
of it, bro. I heard all of it.
no,
And you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. There's stories back in the day of like players on teams in the '80s who were doing drugs and still be able to perform. Right? The stories of Michael Jordan going out all night drinking and partying, and he still performed. Luca was performing. Right?
he's
If you want to say
performing.
his defense, sure, but how many superstars in the league play defense? Right? Jason Tatum is not a great defender.
James
James
Harden.
Harden, like you can
Jason
go down
Tatum
the
is a
list.
better defender than those two, though.
I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's
yeah.
not a good defender. I'm just saying they're not like a world class defenders. There's only a maybe 3 or 4 guys that are top scorers in the league and top
Mhm.
defenders in the league, right? So this whole thing about his defense in the finals made your decision easier. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro.
What are we talking about here?
First of all, you're in the final.
Did y'all see him cross up Rudy Gobert?
Oh my god. He destroyed.
What are we
I'm
talking about?
flabbergasted. And people trying to justify the trade that, oh, you want
Uh,
defense, but bro, a generational score, and then to top it off, this is the cherry on top.
mhm.
Who the hell calls the freaking Lakers the most hated team? The most hated team, and then you go into freaking Danny Ainge and hey, Danny, can you just do this?
Well,
And
even that, I
he
heard
didn't
Danny
even
said he
know.
didn't know. He said he didn't know. Yeah,
He didn't even, like
that's weird,
I mean, bro,
bro. If I'm an executive
freaking
right
Lakers,
now, I'm
bro.
I'm I'm holding a meeting, an emergency meeting, a Zoom call, something, and I'm saying, look, Adam Silver, there's no way you should have allowed this trade to go down.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way a guy like Luka Doncic was available for trade, and you allowed these two GMs to conspire by themselves. There's no way.
So another thing too, Sheldon.
Yeah,
Why wait? Why do it at trade deadline? Not why not wait till the season ends?
it makes no sense. It
Like
makes no
you
sense.
could have got way more. You could have leveraged so much more.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you serious, bro? You called the freaking Lakers and Rob Pelinka. Yo, bro, he's an alcoholic. He's
I,
this and
I,
that. Are
I
you,
don't I don't get it.
bro?
I don't care if he's alcoholic at this
Oh
point.
my
If he's
god,
putting up those numbers, give him more. That's it. Let him
bro!
drink. Let him
They
drink.
fired all the people around him. Jason Kidd sat there like,
You know what I don't
oh,
like? The thing I don't like the most about this is that they're waiting until now to put this out about Luca. Right? When he was on your team, you were happy with him hitting game winners
yeah,
and being, Luca and scoring all these points and being the dynamic player that he is. Once he's traded now, you're hearing all these stories about his conditioning this, conditioning that. Where was that challenge during his tenure there?
yeah.
Right? Albeit it might have been behind the scenes, but if you really wanted to make a change, put it out in the public. Say, listen, I'm frustrated with his defense. We made the final, sure, but he's not a player that right now we feel like is giving his best. Say that instead of you just give him away for
Yeah,
a right now
and you
piece.
didn't get, bro.
Uh,
Mikal Bridges got 5 first-round picks. This man
Rudy Gobert
got
got 5 first-round picks.
one,
Rudy,
barely one. I don't know.
come on, man. This
Anyways,
this is gonna go down in history as one of the most shocking trades, and I think we'll hear more about it in the future because
yeah.
I doubt it's just conditioning. And by the way, the GM for the Mavericks, apparently he's the same guy who fumbled the Steph Curry deal,
Yep, Nico
Nike.
Harrison.
So this kind of tracks for him. But hey,
Yeah,
We'll see,
But
man. We'll hear more about it as the days go on and as more happens. But yeah,
yeah. Second one we should just kind of mention because this was a trade. The Lakers, they needed a center. They needed size badly. And they went out and traded their rookie sensation, Dalton Connect for
Reddish.
Cam Reddish. And finally they traded that 2030 first round pick swap,
Yep.
basically. And a 2031 first round pick. Unprotected. Unprotected, bro.
Unprotected. Yeah,
For
it's
Mark Williams.
crazy.
And the trade fell through.
Hold on. Unproven Mark Williams. Potential, yes, but
Did he drop
unproven Mark.
24 points? 24 points on one game? I don't know.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis dropped 42 on his head the other night. 42 and 20 on his head. So
See,
I
this
mean,
is where I'm like, why didn't they call the Raptors and do this? I would take this exact trade
but this
for
is what we're
for,
not. This
for
is what
Pirtle.
we're missing this report because a few what was it, a few games earlier, a few days earlier, Anthony Davis was in a scrum post game, still on the Lakers, and said, he was, or I think it was in an interview, something like that. But he said that they need a center, right? He's tired of
Yeah,
playing the five. He's more effective at the four, which he is, and he's proven that when they had
I
a
don't
center.
agree. I don't agree.
You don't agree? I
I
agree.
think
They won a
he's
championship that way, bro.
no,
They
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 didn't.
staggered
Well,
the
yeah, yeah,
JaVale
yeah.
McGee and Dwight Howard, and
But
he
I
played his
think
best.
he is the best center in the freaking league. It's just because you
He
don't
does
want to
not
play it.
want to play defense as a center. He doesn't want to have to bang with, the big bodies and chase those guys around and all that. So he wants to play the four where he has pretty much the advantage every night, right? Because the NBA power forwards are like 6'9" these days,
Because
right?
he couldn't guard what's his name?
Jokic.
Jokic. He couldn't guard Jokic.
Yeah,
Seriously,
and
bro.
I understand. I understand that. Like Anthony Davis is a tall player, but he's not a center, right? He's never been a center. He's a hybrid player, right? Um, and I understand his frustration. But if I'm a star player in the team and I request something, like you don't just trade me after that. I get it, you're getting Luka back, but like at least try to make some moves before that deal. But anyways, this trade right here is one of the weirdest ones because apparently Mark Williams had a lot of underlying issues and failed
Mm-hmm.
his physical today,
Does
and
he feel the physical? Because
yeah,
it
that
said
report
that.
came out. That report came out. Check
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah, he failed the physical. I was literally just reading it before we got on.
So the
Uh,
Lakers have no center now.
they have no center, and guess what? They
And
gotta take back their rookie
I go,
who just
bro, it's
traded.
like
Now his mind is like, oh, y'all don't want me. You
the
don't want.
connect goes, hey guys, what's up? I'm I'm back. Cam Reddish. They've been trying to trade Cam Reddish for
Oh,
years.
for a long time, a long time. Even this Connect kid though, like apparently JJ Redick has a lot of issues with him. But hey,
Really?
yeah, there's been a I don't know I haven't sent it to you, but there's been clips of him, calling timeouts, just ripping into him like he's making the wrong play. He's a rookie, I get it, but he's been singled out, and I wasn't surprised when his name was in this trade
Wow.
initially because him and JJ don't get along at all.
Well, he can always
It'll be
trade
fun
Dalton
now.
Connect over here to us, and
Hey, I'll take it, man.
we'll take that light skinned
That
man.
second
So,
unit, Grady and him on the wing. Oh, take
hey,
it all
hey.
day, all day, all day.
All right, all right. So we talked about the crazier trades. We won't go into anything else really.
Yeah,
Maybe later on, but we want to go to the Raptors stuff. Okay.
sure.
Um, so the Raptors
Big one.
first trade of the
Yep.
night.
This is
Let's
such a
see.
Messiah trade. This is such a Messiah Bobby
Yeah,
type of trade.
yeah. The Toronto Raptors trade
Let's look at that.
Pelicans, yo.
The
Our boy
graphic alone.
Brown, Brown, yo.
Hit the horns. Hit the horns. Something. Hit the horns, man.
Yo, our boy Brown is gone.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, yours is way better. I can't do that, man. Jeez, man. Our boy Brown is gone. He hit
You
him
see,
in his whingy face.
all it took was for you to just acknowledge his greatness. And then he got traded the next show. Look at that. Literally, last show you're
Yeah.
like, Bruce Brown did a great job. I hope he clipped that up, by the way.
Nah, I'm
I'm
not
so in
clipping
on that clip.
shit, bro. What do you excuse my language? I ain't clipping nothing. That dude's face is him and his cowboy hats are gone to the
No,
Pelicans.
no more tipping the hat
Yeah,
celebration.
no more. No more.
He's
And
gone out to the bayou.
kind of sucks if Kelly's gone. He was really great for
Yeah, man.
the
Listen,
tank. He was
Listen,
like the best player for the tank, bro.
we got to stop this whole Canadians coming to the Raptors.
No.
Oh, it's my
Sheldon,
dream. Hold on,
Sheldon.
let me finish. Let me finish though. Let me finish. Because Kelly Olynyk is like 49 years old, talking about it's my dream to play for the Raptors. Dude, you had many opportunities to come play for Raptors. I don't want to hear this. Talking about it's my dream. Get out of here, man. Out of here. Bye. You played like 12 games. You sat for 3 months in the season, and now you want to talk about it was a dream to play for the Raptors? Oh, please. Get out of
Bro,
here.
Sheldon, you're
Try to eat.
missing the point, bro.
No,
You're
I know
missing
the
the
tank
point.
part of it. I'm not speaking to that. I'm speaking
Bro
to these
cannot
guys.
play defense. He was
No,
perfect for the tank.
exactly. But this is my point. He's old, he's washed, and now he wants to talk about it's a dream to play for my hometown team. Get out of here, man.
This,
We don't
yeah.
want you washed up Canadians. Come in your prime. Come when you're back. It works properly. Not when you have back spasms and you're sitting on the bench wearing a snapback hats and hoodies. Like enough, man. Enough. Tired of this.
If he pulled out the cowboy hat, it would be over, bro. It would
I
be
would
over.
turn the TV off.
But so we're gonna rate this. I cannot rate this trade. I am not actually very happy about this trade,
Okay, tell me
mainly
more.
because so we talk about we're trying to rebuild,
Sure.
and in my mind, rebuilding is like tearing down, gathering assets,
That's one aspect of rebuilding. Sure.
assets,
Hmm.
and then when you've built that foundation,
Hmm.
then you do a trade like this.
Okay.
But I was watching a video by Ryan McDonough.
Hmm.
He said there's multiple ways to skin a cat. No cats
Absolutely.
have been hurt on this thing. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Peter, don't
when
come
you
after
have the opportunity to acquire talent like this,
me.
you take that opportunity because you're not
Yep.
really losing much. My
Especially
thing,
on the low end.
exactly. My thing is, I didn't want to give up the first round pick. The
Yeah.
issue, like when you look at, I know everyone's like, oh, it's just Indiana's,
It
bro.
won't be a high pick. It'll be a late first pick
But
because
here's the
Indiana's a
thing.
good team, and they're not. And that's sorry.
True.
Sorry to cut you, but
Nah,
they're
I don't know if they're
Indiana's
that good,
top
man.
five team next year for sure. They're gonna improve next year. Whether they get rid of Miles Turner, I don't want to get into Pacers talk, but
Yeah,
that pick is not gonna be anything to really scoff at, like to say,
he
"Oh, I
is.
can't believe we gave it away."
All right, let's talk about that just quickly.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
first of all, that team cannot play defense, and their best defender is Miles Turner. If
Well,
they
yeah.
get moved to Miles Turner, that
Hmm.
team is going to suffer. All right, I think the East is going to be better next year
Well, for sure.
because of everyone. They're getting all the draft picks. They're going to be better because and I think it's going to be the West that's going to be worse because everyone's
Interesting,
going to go
really.
over AJ. Yeah, AJ DeBussa
Really?
is AJ
Okay,
might be better
hold on.
than
Hold on. Let's go through this. Let's go
Yeah,
through this because you're
yeah,
saying the West is going to be worse next year.
I think so.
What's your like reasoning for that? Like, what's is it? Can't just be tanking and stuff like that.
I think first of all, I think
Yeah.
it's more like there's going to be the East is going to be better.
Oh,
They
so
are
okay,
going to
so
get. They're
so
gonna,
by like
for example, let me.
just like averages, the East is going to be, but not that the West is going to lose their skill, their talents. Like
Yeah,
it's not that. Okay, because I'm
yeah. It's
looking
not
at
that
it.
they're going to lose at their talent. It's more
Right.
like it's going to be like. Let me just really quickly show you. So
Hmm.
as you can see, the
Yeah, I'm
East
looking at the
has a
standings.
majority of the like the lottery picks, right?
Right. Hmm.
So when that happens, I think these teams, especially in the top 8, will
Hmm.
improve
Hmm.
their team. So it's not like the West is going to come and destroy us now. There's going to be a little bit more
Hold on.
even. Yeah.
Are we looking at the fact that a star player, a young star player out of the draft is going to turn these teams around immediately? Is that what you
No, it's not
think?
about that.
What
It's
is it?
more about so for instance, like New Orleans,
Yeah,
all their players are injured.
yeah, for sure,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So
But
they're
they're
gonna
also selling a lot of their players, right?
yeah.
I
So
mean,
they may improve because of
yeah,
that.
mhm.
Washington,
It's not going to.
they're
They're
not
going
gonna
to be bad.
improve.
They're going to be
But I
bad.
think Utah is going to drop. I think teams like Portland is going to drop again.
Brooklyn.
I don't see Brooklyn is going to drop.
Hmm.
San Antonio will get better.
Yeah,
They're ready to win.
easily. Yeah, they're already.
Phoenix,
Right, yep.
Golden State may drop because like Jimmy's. I don't know.
Phoenix and Golden State, they're kind of in limbo right now.
Let me
You know,
see the standings because I think there's other. No, oh, the Kings.
Minnesota.
the Kings are going
Kings,
to start dropping, right?
yep.
So Minnesota might not, right? So they're just going to the East is just going to be a little bit better because
Okay.
what ends up happening is this is a good draft. So teams are
Mhm.
going to start thinking, okay, let's see what players we can
Position
put around
themselves.
them,
Gotcha.
position them, get them into winning. Because I think Charlotte's going to be better next year. Although if we heard
Really?
reports, yeah,
Charlotte?
yep, they're
Even
going to
with
be better.
the rumors of Lonzo
Lamelo,
being shipped? Or sorry,
Lamelo.
LaMelo being shipped?
Hey, what do you think? What do you think?
I
Lamelo
know
for
you asked I know you asked me. For who?
for quickly.
Oh, tomorrow. Tonight. Tonight. I
Yo,
I
that
love
anyway.
IQ.
Sorry,
I love IQ, but he's not LaMelo Ball. I'm sorry.
I don't know
No
if
disrespect.
anyone would do that, but
No
that's why
disrespect.
that's where I'm saying Philly is going to be way better. Like so.
Mm, you see, I have some pushback on that. I have a lot of pushback on that. And not just Philly,
Okay,
but some of the other teams you mentioned, like
with
uh,
Maxi, and if they get a top 5 pick, they're going to be way
see,
better.
you have to remember something, right? The Sixers have built their entire organization around Joel Embiid. Literally, they called him the process. They said, "You're our guy." Blah blah blah. Let's build this thing around you. Yeah, they got Maxi, which to me was a fluke because they were never high on Maxi to begin
They
with.
almost traded him to Toronto.
Exactly, he fell in.
But
He got
they
better.
got McCain. McCain is good too.
McCain is good. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
discrediting
so
that. What I'm saying is, if they lose Embiid and most likely Paul George is already out of there. Shout out to Podcast P, holding it down for the creators out there. More
has more
episodes than
podcast
you.
minutes than views. Like, oh, I like it.
Shout out to Podcast P.
He's not going anywhere though. He's not going
He's
anywhere.
out of there. If Joel Embiid gets moved, which I believe they'll entertain it because this whole Doncic thing has opened up the NBA. Now every superstar is apparently on the block, which is unheard of in the
So
NBA before.
this is another thing I'm gonna have to ask you is then what
Yeah,
is his value? Like
who
what is
Embiid?
Joel Embiid's value?
Embiid is gonna demand. Well, any team. Well, if Philly is smart, let's just put it this way: if Philly's executive brass is smart, they will not try to trade Embiid for a player. You got to scrap the whole thing down because you built like you have Maxi. You said this already. You have McCain,
Mhm,
right? Build around those guys. Let it be a guard run team. Get a rim running big, something like that. Because this
mhm.
style that Embiid has is not successful, right? They had one opportunity, and shout out to the Raptors who just crushed that opportunity for them in 2019. After that, they've never. I don't think they've gone past the second round,
Yeah, that
right?
process did
So
not work at
if
all.
if 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 I'm Philly, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm putting a beat on the table, but I need at least like 5 picks and young prospect, big something like that back, right? You got your all star point guard. You got your rookie guard who's a great shooter, great player. You got some other decent role players on your team. You gotta start over. You gotta start the process over. But this time you're starting it better with Maxi and McCain. So
Well, one team that could facilitate them, but I don't think they would.
who's that?
OKC. If they don't win,
Take on Joel Embiid?
they have the assets. That's the
I
difference
know,
with them.
absolutely. I agree.
They have the assets.
I
They
agree.
have the young players. They can literally move. But why? Because I
Why
feel
would you? Yeah.
OKC has really good. I think they may actually win it this year. I have a really good
I don't
feeling
know
that
if it's this year, man. I don't know that tournament kind of like made my
yo,
eyes open to see like
I know, but
the
they didn't have
playoff
the size.
style. Yeah, but
They
the
didn't have the
playoff
size.
style is kind of like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not
Yeah.
discounting them because this is not their first playoff run. So I'm kind of giving them a little bit of grace to say that
Mhm.
okay, maybe they'll adjust from previous years where it was Shea heavy and all the other guys just kind of looking at him to play
Yeah.
basketball. But yeah, back to this, man.
Back to this. Yeah. So I think I wasn't done saying this. Like
Yeah,
why I
go ahead.
didn't like this. I didn't like this deal because of the draft picks
Hmm.
going out. I feel like our team and the Pelicans were
Hmm.
in very similar positions, and
Really?
because if you think about it, they had all their vets were injured.
Yeah.
They're moving a player that
Who's
has
your
been
Who's your young player though? Who's the Pelicans' young star that they have outside of?
what's his name? Oh my god, is it Herb Jones? Trey Jones.
Trey Murphy.
Yeah, Trey Murphy. Yeah. So they have good young players. They have Zion. They had Bi. They
Uh,
had
do
what's
they
his
have
name
Zion?
from Atlanta? Well, bro, you know what I mean. They had the guy from Dejounte Murray. They had
Yeah, yeah, even
McCollum.
him.
They
Yeah,
had a good team structure.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
So
You're right.
then you're telling me, okay, now instead of them, I feel like they were where we were they had
Oh, we
when
had
we had
Pascal.
Pascal.
Okay.
So they go ahead and they trade now
Yeah.
and get a good deal. Like I swear we got Anyways, they trade out
Hmm.
and they traded to a team that's in kind of a parallel position, right?
I don't
And
see it that way though.
we give up picks.
I don't see it that way. To be honest with you, I think okay, our team right now has more young players than vets. As of today,
Right.
after this
Yeah, as
trade,
of yeah.
we have more young players than vets. I don't like. Okay, even in OKC's, as an example, I remember a couple years ago, when they were acquiring so much picks, it's like I was like, yeah, that's cool and everything as leverage, but
Mm,
at some point you got to flip those picks into tangible assets like
yeah.
players, right? Because
You got to hit on something.
why do you need all these picks when your whole team is full of young players? You have no vets. It's all 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-olds. Why do you need picks? Like this 2031 pick, I'm cool. Second rounder. The
Yeah,
Indiana pick,
that one's okay. The Indiana one is a little disappointing.
my thing is with draft picks, and this, is stealing this from Stephen A, right? If you're a team that is trying to contend in the near future, which the Raptors are clearly trying to end this rebuild next year, draft picks are just it's a toss up, it's a gamble, right? If we look at the NBA in recent years, and I'm going off maybe the last 10 years, right? Outside of the top 5 picks of each of those years, how many players have really succeeded or lasted in the NBA after the fifth pick, lottery pick, right? How many?
Okay, I understand that.
I'm not asking you directly to answer it, but I'm just saying, like, there's a
No,
lot
I
of players
understand the
that have
concept. My
come in the
thing is
league
that
as
like
lottery picks and haven't panned out.
so
You know what I mean?
I understand that. I understand it's a lottery. It's something that
Yeah,
you're
it's a
benching your
gamble.
future, but it
Yeah,
also is an asset. So
and we just flip
when you talk
right.
about okay, we have this kid here.
Mhm.
We still have foundation that we're trying to build.
Yeah,
First of all, our team is not good defensively, right?
right, right.
Now, here's another thing.
Hmm.
What if we do get the number one pick?
Hmm.
Who the hell's playing?
That is a and see
I
now
and
we
that's what I'm
move
saying.
from
Like, I feel like this would have been a better off-season kind of move,
right.
or you're taking it the next step. I don't feel that we are in the position to kind of take on a player like this, which
Mm,
But then obviously people give me this idea like he's available. You got to take him. You have to do
you have
something,
to, you
and
have
you
to,
didn't
bro.
give up much to get him. So that's why I'm like, okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But now we're going into the next season.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He is very injury prone. Like this is one player that's hasn't played over 65 games in a season.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
only once, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, but everyone is gunning on McKechnie or
Yeah, I was just gonna bring his name up.
bring up,
Shout out to the
McKechnie. I'm like,
OG, Alex
hey, hey,
McKechnie, the
big
OG.
bad Blastoise. That's what it is. Right?
That's
So,
right.
okay, we're gonna do this,
Uh,
but then we're like, are we trying to win next year? I thought we still need to build a foundation, get these
right.
rookies, one level up.
So
That's what I'm seeing. I don't see the foundation yet. That's my issue,
right.
and
Okay.
I
So
think it's the coaching. So,
sure, I can give you that with the coaching. Again, I'm gonna keep
like,
saying it.
sorry.
Yeah.
One other
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Think about how Darko's been playing this point five offense.
Hmm.
Everyone's sharing the ball.
Yeah.
This guy is an ISO heavy player,
Sure. Sure. But
right?
also the
So, like,
Raptors have
how
struggled
does
to
that
score
fit?
though. They've
How does
struggled
that
to
fit?
score. They've struggled to score in this point
Yeah,
five.
because the point five offense stupid. Like not
Well, then
stupid, but
there you
it's
go.
like
So then you can adjust, right? I mean,
he don't adjust. He had Pascal. He had Pascal, right?
he's a
And he put
rookie head
Pascal in the
coach.
corner.
He's
You
a
know,
rookie head
no,
coach.
this
He
is
is
second year now, and he's been a coach in this league for many years. But then my man
assistant
is
development coach. It's different. It's totally different.
yeah.
It's
Okay, cool,
totally
cool.
different. Totally different from X and O's or in-game adjustments and such like that. But back to your point of
Yeah, go
trading
ahead.
for
Sorry.
Ingram. I think if you look at Masai's track record, he's never done the full rebuild in terms of like tear it down to the skins
That's
and
true.
let's start over, right? He's always
He
been
almost did. He almost did.
almost, yeah, he almost did. But remember, like his tenure in Denver, first time GM, he had the Melo trade, right? That was a technically a rebuild for Denver, right? You're losing your star player,
Hmm.
you shipped out other players, Billups and such, and you start over. But he turned it into flipping for all these role players coming back to Denver, and Denver started winning again, right?
Hmm.
Like they didn't their rebuild didn't last that long, right? Because of the philosophy that he had. And I think the same thing here. When we traded for or we're almost traded Kyle Lowry, that was like a okay, we're done with this project. Let's start over, right? Thank God for James Dolan. Didn't work out, and Masai said, okay, let's build on what we have here. There's some
Hmm.
momentum coming. We're winning games, such and such. I think with this, Masai's looking at it like, all right, I'm getting back my point guard and quickly, right? Scotty's been playing great basketball lately. I got this young player Jamal Shed. I got Grady Dick. I got the Ochai. These guys. I'm building somewhat of a foundation with the young players, right? But if you're looking at the games, bro, the Raptors struggle to score the basketball,
And
even
I
in the
agree
half
with that.
court.
I
And you
agree with
get
that.
a scorer at this price for an injured both of these guys are injury prone, right? Let me not start on Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was supposed to be out 3 weeks. He ended
Yo,
up being out
don't.
almost two
Yo,
months.
he's done. He's
Kelly
done, bro.
Olynyk
He's gone.
played 12 games.
See, you
Action.
send out two broke up men for a one broke up man. All right, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
but
cool.
that one Brooklyn man is a former All Star who should have been another All Star if he played more games. But he scored he's a 20 plus point game scorer. What are we
And
talking
that's
about?
why, and this is why I'm at a loss.
I
Like,
like it because it's
so,
a buy low. It's a low risk. Buy low, low risk.
so that
If it doesn't pan
that's
out,
the issue.
buy.
But that's the issue with the management, right? When we look at how the year has gone,
Yeah.
we're told that this is a rebuilding year. Then they went on a freaking 8 game win streak, like
But
eight
okay,
out of win.
okay, okay.
And
See,
no, but like hold on.
finish,
I'm
finish. Go
trying to
ahead.
say, like, they're
Go ahead.
trying, they're looking, and it looks like they're trying to win. They're playing players injured. They were playing Pirtle injured.
That's
And
tough, man.
right,
That's tough because
but like you're playing Pirtle
yeah,
injured.
yeah.
You keep rushing back quickly,
Quickly, yeah.
right? What's his name takes a tumble, hits his head, and that should have been
But,
uh
RJ
yeah, he was in a
concussion.
protocol.
Yeah,
He didn't They didn't put him in the percussion
yeah.
concussion protocol
Now
right
he's
away.
actually
They tried to
yeah.
win, and then now they figured out, like, things like that. These decisions
Okay.
make me think they're trying to make the play in. Then they make a move like this.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
They
They're
make a move like this. I don't know when he's supposed to be back.
He's
And then,
not going to be playing. The report came out. Michael Grange put it out. He's not going to be playing for the next month at least,
okay,
and then we know that's going to be stretched out a little further. But I
okay,
get what you're saying in terms of the confusion, like in terms of direction. But it's hard because you want your players to be good, right? You want your players to be confident. You want to build morale with young players, especially, right? If this is a totally veteran team, and say we're missing a David Robinson,
yeah,
a la the Spurs that year when they got Duncan. David Robinson goes down, and they look at it. They say there's this guy in Wake Forest right now who could be great for our franchise. Let's sit David Robinson for the year, tanking at the number one pick, right?
mhm,
Team full of vets. This is different. Where we have a team full of young players who are kind of you know uncertain. We don't really know what they're gonna be, completely. And I think Masai is just like, I need to get proven talent to fit beside Scotty because you don't want to waste away your young players' years losing
true,
games,
true,
right? You don't want
true.
to do that. You don't want to have this stigma of rebuilding and tanking, and when it's time to win, your players don't know how to win. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's been a thing in the NBA where tanking doesn't always guarantee success, right? Look how long it's taken Philly to get a championship, bro. Like we passed them already, and we
yeah,
rebuilt, you know. And they
yeah.
had all
I
the
hear
star
you.
players. They had all the star players, bro. And I think one thing we have to remember as Raptors fans is this is the way we're gonna get our star players. It's either through the draft or by trade, and we have to kind of entice these players to stay. right? So far, so good. He sounds like he
So
wants to
yeah,
be here. He wants to help grow, and let's see how it works out, bro. My
the
only
other aspect.
issue,
Yeah, go
my
ahead. Go ahead.
only
Go ahead.
is what's going to happen with RJ Barrett going forward, because he's the only player that management has not really said publicly that this is our guy going forward. They signed quickly, right? Before really seeing him for a full season, right? Obviously, we locked up Barnes, right? You traded Davion Mitchell, so you're telling Jamal Shed you're our guard of the future. Obviously Grady Dick is important in the plans. Ochai, is getting a lot of minutes, a lot of runtime. RJ is the only one that I don't really hear. The team mentioned like in the long term plans. Even Jakob is getting mentioned that
Yeah,
they want to keep him long term. So this is my only concern with that. And you mentioned it earlier. Does RJ go to the bench?
and
You know
that's another that's
what happened?
interesting because you know I see it as actually I'd rather have RJ than quickly. If we're talking,
Interesting.
because I actually want to talk about this because I
That's interesting.
yeah, I know because you're like, okay, he's a point guard, he can run quickly. I
Yeah.
feel he's too small. He doesn't facilitate well. His shot
His
is
sample
very
size is so
shaky.
small. He's only played like a few games. He doesn't really like the sample size of him running a team is so small. Yeah, he had a little stint in New York where he was decent, but like for him to get that contract is pretty interesting out the
Yeah,
gate, right? I think the Raptors, they're taking a huge flyer on him. I don't know if they're saying that we're not going to get another guard like this. I don't know, but to sign him to that big deal just right off the bat without even seeing him for a full year was kind of
yeah,
interesting to me.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I want to go through this. I gotta pull it up. Our friend Ray on Twitter put up a
Shout out Ray.
nice little spreadsheet, and I picked up the wrong one. Hold on, where's the Raptors one? Here it is. Okay, so the reason why I want to bring this up is, and this
Yeah,
is like, it's tough because we're going into next season. Scotty's
yeah,
going jumping from 10 million to 38 million. We got
yeah.
Jakob Perl at
It's got
19 million. We got
yeah,
RJ at 27 million. We got Quickly at 32 million.
yep.
Bro, what is my band Brandon Ingram going to make?
So the report is that Ingram has, verbally committed. I'll say that much.
Mhm.
What the details are, we have no idea, obviously yet. But all accounts point to him wanting to get I guess it's an extension,
Mhm.
um, which is interesting because again, no mention of RJ. Right, RJ's deal I think is coming up. I can't see on the
No,
spreadsheet.
so right here, RJ's deal ends in 2026, 2027.
So he's got another year
Another
locked in.
2 years.
Another 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's for me. It's he seems like the odd man out to me, right? And this is just right now. Obviously, who knows what could happen in the future. We don't know the new salary cap that's coming up with the TV deals kicking in and all that stuff. Guys are gonna start signing ridiculous contracts, bro. We're gonna see the
Yeah.
first $80 million a year
And
player.
$2 million, man.
Shea is probably gonna be the first one to get that 80 million a year. Which kind of sucks because I want him on the Raptors, and if he's getting 80 million a year, I don't know if he can afford that. But
Yeah.
I don't know,
But
man.
looking at this price, right? Now
Yeah,
if we sign him for 40 million a year, right?
who's that?
4 years, Brandon
Ingram?
Ingram, 40 million, 4 years, right?
Right.
Um, that's 160 million. No.
Jesus.
Now look at our salary cap's at 187. So
Yeah.
we are going to go into a season
Yeah.
oil over the salary cap, right?
Yeah.
And we're not even making the playoffs, bro.
But this is the thing that I think the Raptors are betting on next year being a playoff run. It sounds crazy because, and you know what? All
Oh,
things
sorry,
considered, if
and then
yeah.
also the first round pick. That first
Oh,
round pick
right, 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 right,
is
right,
going to
right.
be a
The
higher
5 million.
level.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
we get a top
9 million.
pick. It went up to 9. Damn.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I checked those numbers out. I didn't know they get 9 million. That's crazy. With those NIL money and then
Where's
coming in the league.
Jacoby? Jacoby at 3.6. Before it was around this price for first round picks.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, I remember. Yeah, like the top lottery picks, you get like 5 million a year, like top 3, top 4.
So,
Um,
but that's where I'm saying the issue is with that big money. So now you say, okay, one of these guys got to go. Like it's got to be either quickly RJ or yeah, it's got to be quickly or
one of
RJ.
the two. Yeah, one of the two.
And
Which is
my
interesting.
I would rather keep RJ because he has an intangible way
Yeah,
to score. The
yeah,
win in this league, you have to have scoring wings.
for sure. But you
You
see,
have
look, you're just answering your own question about Ingram, right? You
no,
just
no,
answered,
no, no. I agree as long as
yeah,
Ingram plays because
yeah,
he's.
yeah, for sure, yeah,
But
for sure.
now you have RJ. You have RJ Barrett. If he
Yeah,
become, and I keep telling people this, and people don't agree with me.
what's that?
Think of Lou Williams.
Mm,
Um, think of Lou Williams. Think of
Jamal
Craw-
Crawford.
Jamal Crawford, the
Yeah,
guy that comes off the bench and
Nate
all
Robinson.
his only a
Yeah,
deal is to score. Now
that's
imagine this guy is a 6'8" big wing,
yeah,
and he just runs the second unit.
yeah. Why not?
Why
I mean,
not?
he can still close
I
games
know
out.
$27 million,
Necessary.
but I, I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
man.
man. Hey man, Ginobili is a Hall of Famer, and he came off the bench and did
Correct.
wonders for the Spurs. Right, James
Yep.
Harden, same thing in
Yep.
OKC. So like, there's an opportunity. I think the biggest thing is you have to sell it to him. That's obviously a management thing in their relationship and whatnot.
Mhm.
But he clearly wants to be here. It's
Yeah.
hometown team. He's playing his best basketball, which is gonna be an argument come negotiating time. Like
Yeah.
he's playing his best basketball in his career with the Raptors, albeit on a team with multiple mid-range players, and
Mhm.
and now you're adding Brandon Ingram. I just want to see how it works, man. I really want to see how it works in terms of basketball wise. All this contract stuff, I get it, but this is why those guys get millions of dollars to figure
Correct.
it out.
Correct.
For me on the basketball side of things, is this team with Brandon Ingram aside, draft pick aside, this team with Brandon Ingram, is that a playoff team? Is that a top 8, 10 team? I guess
If he's
playing
healthy, if he's healthy,
if
I
he's healthy,
think
yeah.
I
If
think it
everyone's healthy, because you got to remember also quickly, right? And
I think it's a 7 to 10 team, and the reason why I say this is that
yeah,
we still haven't addressed the defense, and
right.
we just traded away one of our best wing defenders,
Well, it's
which we'll
funny
talk about later.
because Ingram in his first scrum, before the OKC game, the first thing out of his mouth was defense.
Mhm.
Which is strange. And they said, "What can you help bring to this team?" And he said, "I think paraphrasing, he said like a defensive attitude, sharing the ball." And I was like, interesting. So I don't know if they're having these
Maybe you
talks.
got that from Willie Green because Willie Green was a good
Yeah, he's
defender
a
back in
great,
the day.
great coach. Yeah,
Yeah.
great coach. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
interesting, man. I'm excited. I know people have their doubts, and it's somewhat confusing. Shout out to the TSN reporter who kind of
JD
backtracked.
Bunkus. Oh,
No, not JD. The
Sid
Raptors. The Raptors guy for TSN, Lewinberg, Josh
Lundberg.
Lewinberg. Shout out to him. He was up in arms, man, when this trade happened. He's like, "What are we doing?" Blah blah blah, and I had to backtrack and talk about, "Oh, now I see the vision," and it was
Mm.
just funny.
Well, it's and that's and me. I was against this trade because of the draft pick. When I
Right,
heard what the second round draft pick was, I was a little bit better. And
right,
then just thinking about moving off of Brown and Kelly,
yeah,
two wasteful,
a
two
lot of
wasteful
money, bro.
contracts
A lot of money.
to
Yep.
grab in. But
Yeah.
then it's like, what do we? There's just still more questions, and I
And we
feel
also got the second round pick back. Remember?
yeah,
We
we
got
got a
that.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So kind of
we'll
balanced.
talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go to the next trade.
Good.
Here.
Let's
So
go.
the next trade is the big one.
It's the big
Is
one.
the big one. So
Ooh, buddy.
we helped
Ooh, buddy.
facilitate this trade.
What a graphic, man. There's just so many storylines here. It just makes me laugh. Every time I
Like
see Dennis Schroeder,
this,
I feel bad for him, man. I
I
feel
don't
bad.
even know if that's the last place he's in. Like, is he
Does,
in
does
Detroit?
he like when he gets shipped to a team, does he actually rent a condo or does he just stay in the hotel? Because he's
I
like,
don't know, bro.
I'm not gonna be
This
here for more than half a season.
this man made like it's his fault that he
It
gave
is
up
his fault.
$80 million from the Lakers
Oh
to
yeah, yeah,
bet on
definitely,
himself.
definitely, definitely. Which he actually said that that deal was never on the table, but there were reports that he did.
The deal
Turn.
was on the table, bro. What do
I
you?
know he no, he said out his mouth. I remember he said, "You know what? People had that story, but it's not true. But the reports were legit." The offer was there, and he said no. He tried to bet on himself. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. He saw VanVleet get
And
40
he's like,
mil.
oh
And said,
my.
let me bet on myself.
So let's kind of go through this trade because this one's crazy. So Golden State Warriors strike
Get that guy.
gold, I guess, or would
Yeah,
bronze maybe, and get themselves Jimmy Butler
sure.
after trying to call every single play, every single team, trying to get
For every
KD,
star player.
LeBron, everyone trying to. Anyways,
Before we continue, the Warriors are really obnoxious, bro. These guys are obnoxious. They saw Luka Doncic get traded, and they started calling every single NBA team. Was like, what can I get for your star player?
yeah, what do you want for KD? You want Kaminga? Kaminga, yeah.
And the fact that they even went to go back at KD and Draymond is still there,
Oh,
that's disrespectful, man.
oh,
Dis-
bro, did you watched the
yeah,
RDC World? Oh my God, that is.
shout out to those guys, man.
Yo, those guys are hilarious,
Hilarious.
bro. Okay,
Hilarious.
so first off, Jimmy goes to Golden State.
Yes.
Miami kind of makes a nice little
Yeah,
team
yeah.
here.
I like what they did, bro.
They
I
got
like,
Davion from the Raptors to help
yep,
facilitate it. They got Andrew Wiggins. They got a few other players. I just couldn't
yep.
fit them all in there.
Oh,
Utah again comes in and
out of nowhere,
bro, Utah, Utah
quietly
pisses
just
me off. The man, look, listen to this. They got KJ Martin, Josh Richardson,
yeah.
a 2028 second round pick
Second round.
from Detroit, a 2031 second round pick from Miami
Yeah.
or Indiana. It's like this is what I'm talking about: facilitating trade and bringing in assets. They literally have I think they have 30% of all
Yeah.
draft picks in the next
But
5, 10,
you know what's
5
funny?
years.
You know what's funny, and the difference with them and OKC is OKC has now talent plus the draft picks. The Utah Jazz have been in limbo for a long time
They
with
got
all
Danny
these
Ainge
picks.
though. They got Danny
Sure,
Ainge.
sure, but what has he done? He's got Laurie Marketing at a high number, and Laurie Marketing is looking like a YMCA scrub right now. You know
They
what I
got
mean? Like
Laurie Markham. We got Sexton. He's got John Collins.
they're not winning
Bro,
games, bro. They're not winning games with those guys, and
hey, he
they bent
needs
the
one
farm
to
on
hit. He needs like he did with Boston. He just needed one to hit.
Well, that was an insider deal, right? They got what was it? KG and Minnesota.
Yeah,
What's his name? McHale was there over there, so they kind of swindled that deal. But yeah, back to this, bro. I think Miami is the winner here. If we look at it
yeah.
in depth,
So
Miami.
Miami gets Kyle Anderson, Davion
Yep,
Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins,
yep.
and Golden State's 2025 first round top 10 protected.
This is a really good um, roster
Yeah,
building trade for Miami.
yeah.
You know, you lose Jimmy. Jimmy was upset, or whatever the case was. His coffee wasn't selling. I don't know what the deal was. He wanted out. Said he's not having fun. If you flip Jimmy for Wiggins and Davion and some picks, I'm
Mm.
happy. Jimmy's 36 years old.
But
Let's not
Sheldon,
forget.
hold on. Let's
Yeah,
just full back.
I'm here.
Jimmy Butler was traded for Andrew
Yeah,
Wiggins.
yeah, yeah. Run the jokes. Run the
of
jokes.
all of
I
all
know.
players,
I know. I
Andrew Wiggins.
But you know what's funny? There was a story that
Oh,
came
God.
out. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if I sent it to you either. But Jimmy was asked who's the most talented player he's ever played with, and
Yeah,
he mentioned Andrew Wiggins. He said Andrew Wiggins is the most talented player he's ever played with. He remember
I
this guy
agree.
played with Derrick Rose,
No,
right?
no, no, no. Hold on.
He played
Let's
with Derrick
just
Rose, sir.
we're not talking about NBA accolades. I'm talking about the best player he's ever played with.
He said the most
I've
talented
got most talented. Most talented. It does not mean the
Derrick
best,
Rose.
bro.
Derrick Rose was
Andrew Wiggins is uber talented, but he
I
just
understand.
something about him
It's
just
fine, bro.
doesn't.
It's up
It
here.
doesn't, and
It's
I
up here.
think that's what he means. And then he also signed a 2-year, $111 million extension. Like, wow,
Yikes.
wow.
Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
Detroit Pistons get Dennis Schroeder.
Sure.
I don't know who Lindy Waters the third is.
Jaden Ivey replacement since he went down that season-ending
Yeah.
injury.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, it was
And
really
and guess the Raptors get
yes,
three-time Raptor PJ Tucker
time.
3 times, bro.
Hey, don't forget, PJ Tucker wanted higher ambitions. Remember that?
Yeah. Hey,
And the Raptors end up winning the
he's
title.
not. He has not joined the team whatsoever. I
I mean,
say
he got
that
his championship, so he's good. He's good. He got
with
his
who?
championship.
Who did he get? Oh,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. He got
He
his
got
champ.
his ring. He
he's
just
fine.
wants shoes. Why he?
I was about to say, yeah, he always
You
wants
should
to walk.
bring him in, bro. I don't mind him. I don't mind being
Well,
a
the report is that he's not gonna suit up. I don't know if he wants to go to contender. I don't know what the deal is with PJ. Really, I'm surprised he's still in the league. To be honest with you, like
well.
he's up
The
there for an age.
story was the L.A. Clippers said they don't want to play him,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
he's
remember.
like, "Well, then trade me." And they like go
Sat
home,
for like a year and a half.
go home.
But
Don't
yeah,
come
yeah,
in.
yeah. Don't come to our new facilities. Stay home.
Oh my god. So that if I'm him, I'd suit up for the Raptors, bro, just to play
Oh,
LA
get
and
some run.
just
Yeah, yeah, get some
yeah,
run. Because he's been sitting for a while.
yeah,
You can't replicate game speed, at home or in the
yeah.
gym, whatever you try to do. You gotta play the
That
game.
helps the tank because he'll
Hey, he's a good defender, man. Come on.
yeah, but
It's his feet moving. But okay, let's talk about the Warriors for a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about the fit basketball wise with Jimmy Butler.
I don't think it
What do you
fits.
think? What do you think?
I don't think it fits. I feel like the way that the Warriors play with the ball movement,
Yeah,
it's just like Jimmy. I'm not saying Jimmy's a black hole, but I
right.
don't know how he fits in that. He needs to have the ball in his hand to be
Yep,
effective, right?
yep,
Um, and with him doing the movements that he does, scoring from the wing, whatever, I think it's going to hinder Steph Curry because Curry is always as a movement player, he's
yep.
always moving. So
Letting him
where
move.
are they going to be on the court? It's not traditional. When's the last time he played with a traditional point guard?
That's a good question. Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, I said a
uh,
Kyle Lowry, but Kyle Lowry's out of his prime,
yeah,
and
out of his prime. So now you have a
yeah,
scoring point guard in Steph
yeah.
that doesn't play traditionally. So how
Ex-
is he going to? How's that
With
going to
the
gel?
offense that is mind you curated to his strengths, and I don't think this cut and move offense
Mhm.
that Golden State plays is really gonna help Jimmy maximize his skill set because
Well,
for him,
no. He's a very good cutter, though. He's a very
I
good.
understand that, but remember, like
Yeah.
it's okay. The thing with the Warriors, right? It's a lot of movement and playing off the ball. The goal is to get Steph Curry open, right? That's your number one option. You're trying to run him off screens, pin downs, whatever, right? If that option is not there, they're looking for another shooter. Used to be Klay Thompson on the other side of the ball, right? If you have Jimmy on the other side of the ball,
Yeah.
he's not a threat to shoot from distance. He's a threat,
No.
mid range and in, which kind of takes
He's a
away
rhythm scorer too.
is exactly what to me it takes away from their strength
Yeah.
as a team, right? Because you need guys who can stretch the floor to let Steph Curry be effective, and also Draymond Green, who's the primary ball handler for the most part. Um, how's that gonna look? Like I don't know. This fit doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
I gotta see it.
Defensively, though.
Defensively, is
Defensively.
great, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But
Can I
I
just tell you just a quick side note?
yeah.
Have you heard of this guy?
Listen, man, there's about 30
This
guys in the NBA that I have
no,
never seen before in my life.
bro. Listen. This guy
What
looks like an
college does
accountant,
he
right?
go to?
This guy. Okay, so
Where's he from? Scroll down,
hold
scroll
on.
down. Wikipedia, let me see. Scroll down, scroll down.
This guy. He went
College career.
to.
Go down, go down. College. What did he play? He played lacrosse?
So this is what I'm talking about. So
What?
here's I read the story. He is a lacrosse, like he's an all-American lacrosse player,
What school is this?
killing it,
Loyola? What is
killing
that?
it. Then the guy just said, I just want to play basketball."
And made
The
it to the
man
league?
made it to the league, and
No,
then
what?
everyone's like,
Who's
"Look
his
at."
family? No, this has got to be
I don't
nepotism.
know. Something's up with this
This
guy.
got to be
But
nepotism.
he's getting minutes. He's playing.
Who's his family? What's his
I don't
last name?
know.
Spencer?
Spencer.
No, he probably owed Spencer and Horowitz some kind of
He can shoot.
some kind of
That
hedge fund.
man's, bro. Yeah,
He's
he
got
won
to be like
Heisman in lacrosse 2 years in a row.
what? So he's just like, yo, I'm the greatest Heisman player at Loyola.
And then
Let
he's
me
like,
just
"Yeah, I was
go
playing
to the
basketball."
NBA and play with Steph Curry. So what? Like, what's his game like? Is he a shooter? Like,
He's a
how,
shooter, bro. He
how tall is
shoots.
he? How tall
He's
is
like,
he?
uh, I
You
don't
don't look
even
that
know,
big
bro.
to be
I
Paul.
don't know anything about this dude.
Oh, that's just hold on, pause. 14 point. Oh, minutes. Never mind. Oh, 13
13
points.
there.
Yeah, 13.
Point guard, shooting guard. He just
And
like
he's
he's
good.
an energy guy. I saw him play a little bit. Just an
Okay.
energy guy, just doing his thing, and you're like,
Running
what
around
the
getting
hell?
cardio, huh?
Most of the time, it's some Australian guys. Like, bro, doesn't he look like accountant or like a
This
CEO
guy
or
looks
something?
like he sells Lexuses, bro.
Look at this man.
He looks like he
Look
sells
at this man,
Lexus
yo.
and Toyotas. What is happening? And he's getting minutes. Can you pull up some highlights?
Oh, but let me go highlights. I don't understand, bro. 17 seconds. Hold on.
17 seconds.
Let's, hey,
Let
hey,
me
it's
not
better.
disrespect
Hey, he has more
the league.
seconds than me.
I was about to say he's in the league. Let me not disrespect him, man.
Buckets up. The Warriors have the 3-point advantage.
Okay, I see.
Warriors go to for
Number
offense here.
61. Oh, not the Smitty. Not the
Cleats, is it
Smitty. You
Cleats
see that
they were?
Smitty?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And you get a little
look
fake handoff, little slowdown, throws.
What are you saying? What is this? What are
That
we?
man hit a little Smitty, yo. That's crazy. Pat Spencer dazzling dunk. What? Click that one, bro. Third
Oh,
video.
doesn't look.
G.G. Jackson lines it up.
Why is this number 61, bro? I'm a little bit.
Throws it ahead. There's Spencer, chance to score. And he
Hey, let's
leading
go.
Minnesota, but that's a much closer game. And the Pelicans had their guys playing. And Brandon
He
Ingram
looks so
coming back.
out of place, bro.
Such a missing there. Santos went over for me. Jerry Stone's in the press conference, and he said, "You
So-
missed
Guy's
that
getting
one shot.
minutes, bro.
Feel free to rebound and dunk it. Usman, the left hand. Spencer, he did his Pajewski and puts it.
Oh, shoot. In the paint? Look at
This
that.
guy's getting minutes, bro.
Listen.
on,
If you made the
hold on.
league, you gotta respect it, bro. You gotta
Yeah,
respect
you
it.
have to.
It's a fun way to raise money for the Warriors community.
On a
So,
poster.
yeah,
Whoa,
Ace
whoa,
King,
wait a
he went
minute.
out on a pair of aces. Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh!
whoa.
I said he might
Yo,
be
he's,
the
I'm a
Okay,
fan,
okay.
yo. I'm a fan, yo.
He's back every disrespect, every joke. Nah, he's legit. He's legit. If you could do that in the league,
He's doing in the
nah,
league, bro.
you're legit.
What are we?
You're,
Oh
he's
my
legit.
god, I don't know. Anyways, back to this. I don't know how to grade this trade. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
This was the
I don't know.
two-
It's a wait
I
and see
think-
for me.
I think
It's a
the
wait.
Warriors are way off on this one. I think they're not serious. I don't think they're
You
gonna
think
make
it's over? You think
finals.
it's over? You
Yeah,
think their run is over in
I
terms of
think it is.
making a magical run? Like Steph Curry's still him and he's still the guy, but like I feel like their team is just depleting around him. Every
Yeah,
year it
when
just
you
gets
look at
worse and worse.
look at the standings, right? Hold on.
Yeah. I think they're like ninth, something like
10th,
that.
bro.
10th, yeah, there you go. It's close
10th.
enough. 500. Damn, Steph Curry's played every game this year.
And I think the Warriors, the Spurs are gonna come back.
Yeah. That trade with
Mm.
with the Kings is
That
gonna
was a
look
good trade. I think.
Oh,
It was a good
definitely.
I don't know, bro.
Interesting, man. Yeah, well, you know what? It was a great run for the Warriors. I think this is gonna be the end of that. And they actually signed Jimmy. What was it? 2 years? What?
He was
120?
111 million.
11. Jesus, man. That Silicon Valley money, bro. Jeez.
Hey,
They got it. So hey, whatever.
what
They're,
can you
they're
say?
one of the most profitable franchises in the NBA. So they got it, man. I
Yep,
ain't
yep.
crying.
All right, third trade of the day.
Oh Lord, why is this even reported? I like the plus cash.
We got
'Cause
the
that's
That's
the
the
only
only
thing.
thing. Hey, that's what's up. We got James Wiseman. The Warriors ruined this man's career.
Yes, talk about it.
Steve Kerr, I'm sorry,
Talk
bro.
about
What
it.
did you do to this kid?
Talk- You know what? One day we're gonna talk about the Warriors and their lack of developing young players because it has been
Kuminga,
disgusting.
I don't
It's
know.
been disgusting. Wiseman, like it's outside of their star players and Steph and Clay and Draymond. I'd probably say Draymond's the only one that developed, into what he is. Clay and Steph were always going to be great players, great shooters and whatnot. But like development, you know what I mean? Taking a guy
Well,
who's
it's
a
a
raw
guy named
player.
Mark Jackson that developed those
Hey,
players.
hey! Shout out to Mark Jackson, the
Yeah.
original, the creator of the Splash Bros and that offense.
Yep.
But yeah, they destroyed this man, bro. He had
Yeah.
so much potential coming out of college, and for whatever reason, it just didn't pan
First
out.
of all, they should have drafted LaMelo, but then again,
100%,
they wouldn't let
100%.
Melo have the freedom.
Uh,
I
who
don't think they
knows?
would have.
Who knows? I think they were trying to. I don't think they did their research because when I looked at this draft and I said, okay, they took Wiseman because they need a center,
They
bro.
need a center.
None of their centers have ever been like what Wiseman is, right? Like a dominant player. Their centers have always been role players. If you go back to David Lee, Bogut
Andrew
is out
Bogut.
of his prime, bro. He wasn't.
That's
He
true.
was just
That's true.
a pick and pop player, pick and
Screen
roll player.
setter. Yeah.
Yeah, screen setter. He wasn't like give me the ball, let me get a bucket type. So
David West. David West. No.
power forward, but he was also out of his prime. But like they didn't need to draft a big, or at least like a potential star player big. They just needed to draft the best talent available, and
What they
Lamelo was
should have
right
did was trade out of that. If they
there. Or
did,
that, yeah, or that,
to have the second pick,
yeah.
yeah, they should have traded out of it
Because
because
that was a gift, bro. That second pick was a gift. That was a gift. They literally won the championship the next year, bro. You know what I mean? So they didn't need to take Wiseman as a project or
yeah,
a potential future player for them, top player. And so sad to see, but now he's pretty much. I think this is his last stint, bro. I don't think he's coming back
yeah,
in the NBA after this.
yeah. That's it for
So,
him.
yeah,
He's
this is
been
it.
waived by the Raptors. They took the
Almost
cash and ran.
immediately.
Yeah, they, the
Uh,
cash
I was
and
kind of
ran.
excited to get him, to be honest, like as a project, to
Yeah,
say maybe Alex can work his magic and we can maybe develop whatever he's got left, as a serviceable big.
but that's
But
the issue, Sheldon. Like how many? Remember, we're developing
projects,
Shamshay.
yeah, a lot of
You know,
guys. And we
which
got Robinson
I
now.
can't wait to see that kid
Bro, he's tearing
next
up in
year.
the G League right
Oh
now.
my- you know
He's
they're
blocking
scared to
everything
score.
inside.
They are scared to score on him.
Yeah,
Like,
the kid is 18 or just turned 19 or whatever. It is. Listen, man, we
he's
got
gonna
one. We got one.
that
Shout out to
kid.
this guy.
We better and then perfect timing to say that.
Yep.
We just signed back James. We signed
Jameson
Jameson to a
Battle, man.
3 year.
Yeah, I missed him in the rotation, bro. Because
Horns, do the horns.
we, we definitely need a shooter or more shooters,
Yep.
I should say.
Yeah.
We always talk about it. We go through the stats, like, we want to see the better shooters taking the 3-point shots. I don't need to see Scotty shooting more than 4. I don't need
Mhm.
quickly to shoot 8 threes a game. I need
Mhm.
like balance. Let your best shooter shoot, right? Let Jacoby and these guys get the ball up, man. I don't want to see.
Let my man Grady shoot, man.
Yeah,
Get
man.
the guy, get those guys, and I think
Get
we're
open
hopefully in this next, in the coming
this
months
generation.
after All Star, we're gonna see
Yeah,
way more. Like we're gonna talk about it next time, but like
yeah.
the game, Mobile started the last game, and
Oh my gosh.
yes, he was so good
Bobo and
playing
Shed.
against two
These guys,
centers, two
he's,
7-footers, and he's there fighting. Yes,
but
it might
see,
not
Trey,
stay on the stat sheet, but man, he
this
can
is what we
play.
talk about defense, right? And it's about hustle, and it's about effort and positioning, right? And the
Mhm.
effort is the player's responsibility. So listen, play those guys more minutes. I'm glad we
Yeah,
shipped out these old heads who were, wasting time on the bench and dressing funny. Let the kids play, man. Let the
let the
kids.
kids play. That's how it is. Anyways, that is our trade talk podcast. Thank you to Regular Shells for joining me today. Thank you to Ray, the accountant on Twitter.
Shout out
He
Ray.
helped us out. And then my brother Tristan Prod by Lindo, the new beat.
Never sent a bad beat yet.
Hey.
Shout out to
Oh, but
Tristan.
guys, you gotta hear this part. Hey. Oh.
And the board man gets paid.
I love it.
Oh,
Thank you, Tristan.
shout out Tristan.
All right, and we out. Deuces.